It's Violin teacher here, and I just wanted to talk to you today about your bow grip. Okay, you can look at a lot of different players and see a lot of similarities to how you should hold the bow. And there are a lot of people on YouTube showing you how to hold it, and there are a lot of professional players who you can look at and see how they've used the bow and hold the bow. And sometimes you just might feel like for each person you look at, they're saying or showing you something different. Well, hands are different, but the bow grips should be the same. Okay, there are a couple different schools of technique that have some variations, but in the Franco-Belgian School of Music, and this is the bow grip of Itzhak Perlman, so I think it comes from a good resource. I see even some of the teachers that are teaching how to hold the bow that I would not advise you doing that way. So when you place the thumb, of course, I want you to start in the order that I'm showing you. Start placing with the bow, the thumb on the bow, and then most people go right here to the pinky and they try to get the pinky in place. And really the pinky should be the last finger you set on your bow. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. So yes, it is important to point out that the pinky should be sitting on the bow, but don't set it after you set the thumb unless you're making a specific point. Okay, try to get the middle finger and actually the pair of middle fingers opposite of the thumb, just like that, at the first joint, not well over, not hanging under the frog or anything like that, but just at the first joint, and then that third finger at its first joint. Make sure there's some space right here. Okay, don't keep fingers smushed together. A pinky's width apart, all right? And notice if your finger is long enough, it's going to cover the eye of the frog there. All right, keep that thumb opposite the middle finger, and then you can just take the stick and pull, kind of pull. You could get a kind of feeling for how firmly. That is the core of your bow grip right there, all right? So I call these two fingers the hugger fingers because they hug the bow. But this finger, the index finger, does not hug the bow as much, okay? It also lays just behind the first joint probably. It may move a little bit, but it keeps the bow from going this way and that way. So it's called the guide finger, and it keeps your bow in place this way, okay? So now we have three fingers sitting almost like you were hanging on the monkey bars, okay? They're just so, it's just such a natural thing. Then if you just let the finger fall, the pinky fall where it may, notice my thumb is down for a second. Keep all those knuckles under the stick of the bow. Not like this. No mountains. Okay, just keep all that under. And that's the hard part, really, because your hand isn't trained to do that yet. So keep mindful of that these knuckles should not protrude while you're playing, okay? It shouldn't be up like this. Your pinky shouldn't be straight. It should be rounded, as should your thumb. So always be checking that. Take a minute each day that you're practicing and just think about only the bow. So play something really easy that you don't need to look at music. And just place the fingers properly, pinkies width apart, very relaxed but firm, like holding a bird. You don't want to squeeze it to death, right? But you don't want it to get away either, right? And then practice and check your bow grip and see if your knuckles are sticking up, or if the stick of the bow, if your knuckles are below the stick of the bow. That's where you should be. So it's sort of like a tiger claw. All right? Like the video if it helps you. Thank you so much.